Okay, and we are here once again in Pet Simulator 99, and of course if you do remember back to my old video, or my last video, we talked about the massive diamond inflation that happened in the game, which is basically thanks to a massive method, which I believe involved like the giant comet and all that, which basically was giving out a huge amount of diamonds. However, in a recent update that was actually patched completely out, and you might have seen basically everything that was very expensive, from huges to charms to enchants, have dropped a massive amount. Now I think it's actually to the point where things might even be cheaper than they were before, which is absolutely crazy. So basically what I have actually been doing recently is selling a lot of my stuff, especially the huges. I only have one right now, which is the huge Nightmare Kraken, as you can see, which is currently down to 12.6 million. At its peak, this was actually 19 million diamonds. So, you know, a massive drop down, which is about 7.5 million diamonds, which is absolutely insane. Obviously, as well, it's probably still dropping. Everything here might still be dropping. I do believe I did buy this for around 9 million diamonds. So this is a sort of like a bad example for this whole video, but yeah, right now everything is dropping quite a big amount. I do believe some things might still be going up, like rainbow exclusives. That might be like the very one-off thing that is still going up. Things like enchants are dropping as well. Shiny Hunter was about 1 million, now it's down to 600,000. And if we quickly just go over to the trading terminal over here, things like the huge Hunter book are the ones that have been taking a real hit. This at its peak was nearing 6 million diamonds, and it has dropped down to 2.66 million, where it's more or less back at where it was. If we go into the pets as well and we just look at something like the Happy Rock, this again probably went up to around 8 million. Now it's all the way down to 3.8 million, probably still dropping as well, which is kind of crazy. I even think before this whole like inflation, this was still at around 4 million diamonds, so this has definitely dropped quite a massive amount. Another good example as well is the slime, the colourful slime. This was definitely hovering around the 5 million mark before the inflation. Now after the inflation and of course the deflation, it's all the way down to under 4 million diamonds. So realistically, if you were someone who was trading and keeping a lot of huges, and then you decided to just keep them, some of them you might have even lost a little bit of value on. Now of course this isn't going to be a problem. Honestly, you'll probably end up gaining this value back over time anyway. Give it a month, give it another update, most likely you will end up seeing things like these huges going back up, because there could be another enchant added into the exclusive shop, which could then be the next method of course. But yeah, as you can see as well, things like the diamond chest mimic, this was at like 10 million, 11 million diamonds. It's now all the way down to 5.4. So honestly, a lot of things have halved in price. Some things have even gone worse than that, which is kind of crazy. I think things like the potions as well, they've gone down quite a lot. The cocktail was all the way up to about 500k, which of course it's not anymore. Lucky Block is a good one to look at as well. This was around 2.9 million, now it's down to 1.36 million. And the chest mimic as well, this was the big one. I think this got up to maybe even around like 12 to 13 million. Now it's dropped all the way down to just 6 million. So of course a massive loss in diamonds there. I think things like these superior books, they've kind of kept their value a little bit, especially the diamonds and the lucky eggs ones over here. Similar with the exotic ones, I do believe I had coins like 5 or, well, I think this is 6 I do have. It was around 250k, it's now down just below 200k. So some things haven't taken such a hit like this standard enchants like that. However, things like, yeah, as you can see, someone's trying to sell this for 2.1 million, but a lot of them really did take quite a massive hit. I think another good one to look at is the Midas Touch. This was one that was dropping already anyways. I think it was around like, maybe, I think it started at like 500k when the game first came out. It dropped to around 200k at its peak, then down to 150k, and then of course after this deflation, it's all the way down at 30,000 diamonds. So anyone who was holding on to this book really has lost quite a lot, probably most of the value. very close to like 70% of the value. Same with the Huge Hunter, of course, and the other ones. A good one that probably would have been good to keep around was, of course, the Chest Breaker. This is more or less kept a very steady value up throughout the whole thing at 125 million. The Starfall as well. Fortune was at around 600k beforehand, so you've not really lost about too much on that. I guess the same for Huge Hunter. Still, you can sell your Huge Hunter books right now for a profit if you bought them before the inflation, because I think there was around 1.2 million. Very, very cheap before the inflation. So right now, they are still up, which is pretty good. But yeah, anything else, I think Super Lightning's gone down as well, Party Time. All of these have gone down quite significantly. So my idea right now is probably to either sell just before they drop even more, or just hold on to them. There's not really too much in selling anything else right now. I'm probably going to keep a hold of this Nightmare Kraken, just because right now it's my only huge. I'll probably end up filling out the rest of my inventory once like things have reached the absolute rock bottom, which will most likely be just before the next update. When an update does get announced, it most likely will be the best time to start buying, because people will probably start trying to put prices back up again. So anytime just near the next update will be the best time, I think, to buy. Of course, after an update, you might actually start seeing another diamonds method, which might inflate everything once again, which again will be a good time to sell. So yeah, let me know down below, have you gained or lost throughout this whole diamond fiasco? Let me know down below. But yeah, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.